And a beautiful look along the Coosa River. This is Daybreak on a Monday morning, the 18th day of June. And Donald Caine joins us this morning. And Donald, good morning to you, sir. Good to have you with us. A big week for, of course, your son and a number of other people who are in the military. Talk about a little bit about what's going to be taking place with the farewell event, and also some things leading up to that, and talk about the infantry company itself.
Well, Sylacauga is a Delta company, the 1st and 167 Infantry. It's changed over a period of years from the Cav unit when I was in up through the support unit. Now it's the infantry unit.
What does the infantry do?
They're ground troops. They're a Bravo company. They're strictly on the ground.
So they're boots on the ground pretty quick then?
Boots on the ground, that's correct. And they have been mobilized to leave for the war in Afghanistan this week. Can't tell you specifics where they're going, but they will be departing Saturday morning.
Now, your son, a part of that group, when did you first find out about this, you and your family, and you being a military guy, how did you handle that? Oh,
it's tough, Jimmy. It's really tough. You see it on TV where a lot of these families see their sons and daughters and husbands leave. Well, you never put yourself in that position until now. And now that it's hit home, it's tough. It is tough. Brian joined about 4 years ago, strictly to go to Auburn University, which he's a senior at Auburn, and he had to pull out this January due to the fact of because of the deployment. They'd been on a pre-deployment for 30 days a month or so ago, and not knowing if they were going to get their orders for sure or not. We were kind of praying that they wouldn't do it, but since they have gotten their orders about 2 weeks ago, they're leaving this Saturday. They'll be on a MOB station for a couple of months prior to deployment to Afghanistan.
Now, what's going to be taking place this week in Sylacauga in preparation of them leaving?
Well, Wednesday, Brian coming to town yesterday, but Wednesday they got a report to the unit where they will start.
Is that out of the Guard Armory up here
in
Sylacauga?
Yes, sir. Sylacauga National Guard. They'll be reporting Wednesday morning for their actual prep for it. Of course, Thursday morning, which is the 21st, will be a family day. Family and friends at 9 o'clock. They'll have a work day there. We'll be up there. We'll do a lot of stuff with them. We'll help them. We're going to have the barbecue place out there supply the food for us. And if you're a family or a friend, of course, come up anytime that day.
Now, Talladega is the home base? Talladega's got a group that's going as well, correct?
Yeah, they're all together. Talladega is the actually headquarters section of this. And then you've got your different units outside that, the sister units. And Sylacauga is one of them. And if you actually heard them on TV, where they're announcing that the Delta company, the 1st 167th, is leaving, and they announced Talladega. That's basically the headquarters section, and then all the other sister units are attached to them.
Now, how many soldiers do we have out of Sylacauga?
Approximately right now about 70, 65 to 70. They lost a couple when they went to the pre-mob due to medical and stress and stuff like that. Right now they got about, I'm going to say between 60 to 65, 70.
Now, probably there's not Walmarts in Afghanistan and things like that, so they're going to need a lot of supplies, and that's something you guys are working on this week.
Yeah, we are. I got with Danny Johnson, my wife Ann, she works for Danny Johnson, and got with him. We got a care box we're going to take this morning up there to have a drop box, and I've got a list of things they need. Sarah Honda, my sister Mary Lou out there, she's got several boxes out there. I'm going to get several more going. If you see any of these boxes, of course, out in these businesses, the list of stuff they're going to need is really going to be a necessity. What's going to happen is, even though they're leaving Saturday, can't tell you where they're going, but they're going to a different state for a couple of months. I'm going to take those over. The cutoff date's going to be August the 3rd, and I'm going to pick everything up and I'm going to take it over to them in Mississippi is where it's going to be at, but I can't tell you where. And then that's where basically we're going to give it to them, and they're going to give it to the troops who cannot or have nothing. Eye drops, chapstick, anything everything's got to be in a travel pack though, the small stuff.
Like toothpaste and toothbrushes and things like that?
Yeah, travel packs with the cases in it. Of course, don't bring the big bottle of mouthwash because they can't carry them. They're going to be limited to what they can carry. But yeah, and then what they don't disperse when they go to the mob station, they're going to put in Connex. Connex is a storage tanker where they'll ship it to Afghanistan, their permanent station, when they get on the ground.
Donald Caine, our guest this morning, as we get set to send our young men and young women into harm's way in the volatile country of Afghanistan, and knowing what you know about Afghanistan and how wars have changed, how they're being fought, and the training that our young men and young women get today in preparing for that.
Yeah, they've prepared pretty well for this. They went to NTC last year when the city of Sylacauga was gracious. They got together. Of course, you were there, and a lot of them, had a big homecoming, and they trained good over there. And then they went to this pre-mob about a month or two ago. Just got back and did a lot of training. Then the last week, of course, several of them, my son included, had to go to Eglin down in Florida for more training. It makes you proud to see them do that. But then again, when it's getting so close to home that they're leaving and they'll be gone for approximately a year is what they're going to be gone for, and it touches home, and it's really tough.
Now the farewell ceremony is going to be this Saturday.
Well, yeah, they got Sylacauga High School is going to be the 22nd. It's going to be a ceremony to Sylacauga High School beginning at 3:30. I believe Carol Bates and them's heading that up, and they've noticed of that. And then Saturday, of course, once they start departing, the time has not been announced. They've got security issues about the time they're leaving, where they're going, what they're going to be riding in, and stuff like that. So basically, there's certain things, but you can contact Carol Bates, and whatever information she has is what we need to go by.
So there will be an event at Sylacauga High School on the 22nd, which is just a couple of days away. And do you know what's going to be happening there?
Well, there's supposed to be some city officials there, and we're trying to get some government officials from Montgomery up here to actually talk to them. We had a yellow ribbon in Birmingham here about a month ago where they got all the families and the troops together up there and kind of gave us an idea of what we should expect and told the soldiers what they need to do. And that's for the whole battalion. So now that's at home, Sylacauga is going to be basically something that we're going to hopefully get all the city, if you get wind of this, come out there and support them and just actually give them your support to leave.
I actually saw yellow ribbons on trees at City Hall this morning when I was coming into work.
And that's another issue I was going to mention. Even though with the drop boxes, which we really need to get some stuff together, we do have an FRG program headed up by Becky Milam.
What is FRG? What is that?
It's a family readiness group.
Okay.
You can see Army wives on TV and you got all these women and guys together. What they do, they help families, such as myself, other members. My son just got married, and it's about to hit her real bad. So it's something that we get together. If you need help as far as a family member, grass cut, food, daycare, help with your children because it's going to affect everybody. That's what the Family Readiness Group does. We'll have numbers for y'all to call on that, and we get people out to help you on that matter.
How do you think the guys and ladies prepare for what may face them? Just talk about your son, for instance.
At first, he was aggravated because he had to actually drop out of college.
I'm thinking, you mean you're going to college and you have to leave college and go to war?
Years ago, they wouldn't do that. Now things have changed, and he started his senior year and basically had to disenroll for his senior year, which he'd have graduated in this year. That aggravated him most. It didn't hit home. And now that it's gotten closer to them leaving, it's affected him. We played golf last week in Auburn, and I think on the 18th hole we were sitting there, and he kind of said, "Dad, I can't believe it's a week." And you get to the point where, what do you say? And I said, "Son, we have gotten people praying." My biggest thing, and I told him, I said, my attitude's changing because all I want you to do is go over, do your job, do it well, come home. It's going to benefit you in the long run. You go back to college, you complete your electrical engineer, and look at like this is an experience for you, and in the long run, it's going to really benefit you.
I was thinking on a lighthearted note, on an 18th hole, I just wonder if he mentioned, Dad, you still cheating playing golf?
Yeah, he caught me, but it's hard to beat Brian in golf. He's good, but I just enjoy my time. I try to play as much with him and be with him, being he lives in Auburn. And he come in yesterday. It's tough.
Now, Father's Day was yesterday. I know that was a special day.
Oh yeah. He's a good kid. I got some good children, but my family is coming together now more. Like I said, my wife Ann at the pharmacy, she's kicked in. We've got some stuff together through Danny and Jacob and them, and I want the city and the community to really support this bunch because they're going to need it. We're going to need it.
There has been a lot of media coverage about this particular Delta unit that is going to be, or Delta company that is going to be leaving out on next Saturday. And that's a good thing that they're getting the recognition and getting some help and supplies that they'll need.
Yeah, and what's going to happen is even though when they leave, this Saturday they're going to have a couple months that they're not going to have access to as much stuff. Now, when I talked to Sergeant Milam at the unit, he told me that whatever's left over will be on Connex, which are tankers, storage to be shipped over there. Again, going back, we've got troops that doesn't have the families, that doesn't have the support that some of our children need.
Right.
And whatever's left over, which they're going to need everything. Stamps, envelopes, booklets, anything. Once you see these drop boxes, there'll be a list of things, and it doesn't cost that much. You can buy a little pack of stuff for $1 something. Walmart's got something set up because there's 2 troops at Walmart that are leaving with this unit, and they're supporting it. So wherever you get or see a drop box, find it in your heart to put something in there that's on that list. It can't be a spray can, non-aerosol. It can't be none of that because they won't ship that. So, and the travel packs are the best because they ship. They've got backpacks weighing 60, 70 pounds, so they don't need 10 pounds of mouthwash and stuff like that.
On Saturday, of course, we have the event at Sylacauga High School on the 22nd. At both times, can people be a part of what's going on?
Yes. Anything you can do to support the unit, if you can just drop by the unit, talk with the commander, the first sergeant, Sergeant Milam, let the troops know because, there'll be a lot of troops, like I said, that's not going to have anybody. They don't have wives and their mothers and dads and stuff. They're just there, and we've gotten together to whereas we're showing support for them. They're going to need it too. But then again, we're telling our soldiers, you've got to be strong for us. Because if you're not strong, we're not going to be strong. So my son again, and I support all the troops, but my son just got an Army Commendation Medal. He just got promoted to corporal, and I can't be more prouder than that. But still in the back of your mind, when your kids and your husbands are leaving, for this period of time for this situation, it touches home.
Again, the drop boxes are located, the drop-off points are located for supplies?
Marble City Pharmacy is going to have one this morning we're going to take up there. Sarah Honda's got it. Walmart's having them. They're getting some flyers out, and I'm going to get more of the businesses. So wherever you go, I'm going to talk to Fred's and Dollar General where you can buy this inexpensive stuff. If you see a drop box pertaining to Delta Company, Sylacauga unit, find it in your heart to do that. And also, like Jimmy Dale said, the yellow ribbons. I told my wife, she's done bought some flags and stuff, and I'm gonna have them all up, and it's gonna stay up until it comes home.
Sounds good to me. Donald Caine, our guest this morning. Now, the event on the 22nd, what time does it start?
22nd is supposed to be at Sylacauga High School, beginning at 3:30 that afternoon.
All right.
Get there early.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks for being with us this morning.
Thank you, Jim Dale.
More on Daybreak right after you watch this.